Good evening. For those of you who don't know who I am Scar Robbins, and I have built a six-figure cleaning business called Men Can Clean Too. And today I'm going to go over my pricing guidelines for house cleaning, janitorial, and for business. So, first and foremost, what's most important, number one thing, is just make sure you're cash flow positive, period. If after all expenses, whether that's labor, marketing, supplies, overhead, office, whatever, if you are making money, be happy. Don't get caught up in being greedy and that, oh my gosh, there's stuff left on the table. That doesn't matter right now. Just be cash flow positive. Now, up front, if you want to save some time, if you want a cheat code on pricing for residential and house cleaning, you can go to mencanclean2, TOO.com /booking. And on there is what I use even now when a customer calls and they want a quote for cleaning. So that'll help you. mencanclean2.com /booking. Pricing is right there. You can use that. So number one, here is the steps. If you're new to the business and you're just starting, you don't have a full schedule. Step number one is to create flow. Get the leads, even if you've got to do work for free. If you think about content creators on social media, they're going to be putting in so much work, making content, editing, filming, video after video, post after post, with no guarantee of return. Now, if they're consistent at it, then they can monetize through Facebook, YouTube, ads, whatever. But they've got to create the flow first, then they can monetize. Then step number three is add friction. So with the cleaning, just get people raising their hands to let you clean for them and either get feedback or a referral or continued service. So get the flow, monetize it. Those typically happen at the same time. Then you can add friction. There's absolutely, if you're starting out, nothing wrong with cleaning for $20 to $25 an hour. Nothing wrong with cleaning for free. Our attraction offer, as a little bonus, is a free power hour cleaning. We offer that to people to say, hey, if you want to try us out, there's so many people in this ocean. We'll give you 1 hour of cleaning for free, anything you want. So our target hourly is $50 an hour. I'll clean for free. Nothing wrong with it. So create flow, monetize that, then add friction, which means you can increase your price. So if you start off at $20, $25 an hour, you can increase that to 30, 35, 40. You're going to be up there once you get to hiring employees to about the 40 plus range. Now, when it comes to, you can either do hourly, which is fine. But if you do a flat rate, typically you're going to use this formula when it comes to janitorial pricing, but it's another toolkit for you to be flexible with your clients. And that is, you take your labor, and my taxes, insurance, and everything all in is about 17.92%. So most cleaning companies are going to be about 10 to 20%. Mine is 17.92. So if I pay cleaners $18 an hour, I'll add 17.92% to that, and then I'll times that by 2, and that's what I will charge the janitorial pricing. So most often, the down and dirty way is when you do your walkthroughs for janitorial is to estimate the average hours that it will take you or your team to clean. Don't go by your best cleaner and don't go by your worst. And if you have all bad people or they're all amazing, if you plan on growing, my recommendation is just to go by the average time it should take someone as a default. Not every time. There are stipulations to that. So labor, add the percentage to it, then times it by 2, and that's what you will have your hourly target if you just want to make sure that you're profitable. Cash is the lifeblood of the business. If you run out of cash, you do not have a business. You will go under. You can't pay your bills. That's how you keep yourself alive. So, third thing I want to cover, you've got to ask for yourself, do you want employees or you just want to be a solo cleaner? There are some things in business that are objective truths, but then there's other things that are subjective. So an objective one here is, if you're spending more than you're making, That's bad. That's objective. It's not subjective. That's objective. Now, whether you want employees or you want to go solo, whether you should charge 50 or 20, that's subjective. A lot of cleaners in this business will say, charge your worth. This is difficult stuff. Here's the thing. Go work on an oil rig. Go work in a coal mine. Go work construction. That's difficult. That's physically taxing. Cleaning can be difficult, but it's not the most difficult thing. If we're going to say charge what you're worth, there's got to be parameters that you can objectively go, hey, here's how worth is valued or determined. How I determine worth is customer service, then you got speed, and you got quality. You could be the most detailed cleaner in the world, but if it takes you 20 hours to get 100% done, but I can get 90 to 95% done in half your time, the customer's going to choose me over you. I'm going to be more valuable and I'm going to be worth more. So you can't take forever, but you can't miss a lot either. So that is something that you're going to have to determine. What is your actual skill level at and your level of customer service? How reliable are you? Can they depend on you to show up, and can they depend on you to be consistent? So as far as a business financial guideline on your jobs or just all the cash coming in, is it's 50, 30, 20, 50% ideally for labor, 30% everything else, and you want to ideally have about 20% profit. Now remember, this is a guideline. It doesn't have to be exact. So as an example, I submitted a bid just recently where I'm going to be giving up probably about that 20% profit. But looking at the account, that could be close to 6 figures a year. It would be worth it. So I'm going to sacrifice the 20% to get the cost down to about where they need it so we can get the account, because in that 30% range, there's still profit left over for me. So keep that in mind. For people who might want to know how to price property management and realtors, most all of them are going to want a set price per house, not hourly. So if you're an hourly cleaner, you're going to have to use your experience and go flat rate if those jobs are worth it. Also keep in mind, not only do they want a flat rate, but they typically want a low price. I hate cleaning, to be upfront. Different story about why I'm even in a cleaning business. But the thing is if you're at a place where you don't need to charge a lot, those are going to be your clients. Those are going to be the easiest ones for you to get. So if you can charge anywhere from $20 to $35 an hour, hit up property management companies. This is a pricing video, but if you want quick wins for leads, go hit up property managers and go, here's my price. Now for them, typically for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, you're not going to have to clean the walls. You're not going to have to clean the baseboards. Some of the cabinets might on the outside be painted, but so you'll probably have to do the inside of appliances, inside cabinets. Definitely going to have to do the bathroom, inside windows, ceiling fans, maybe doors. You should be able to get that done in about 4 hours. There's 3 ways to price those jobs and to communicate this to them. You could do my recommendation, which is $30 to $35 an hour, predicting about 4 hours. So about $120 to about $150 per clean based on the average condition of the apartment. Now communicate to them that if it's a heavy clean, a lot of buildup, extra time, there's going to be a double charge. Side note, to be successful at this, let them know that they will be contacted first before that's determined, so they're up to date and in the loop. Otherwise, you lose out on half the money. If you're going to communicate that to them, they're going to go, well, what if it's a light clean? Cut it in half, and a light clean is determined by it only taking an hour to get through there. If you can get through there in an hour, it's a light clean, half the money, still double the amount. So you're making $60 to $70 per light clean. Totally worth it. I'd fill my schedule with those all day. Now, that would be the recommendation for those. I also, if you want the realtor move out price that I would use for people who would want me to do a move out clean, you can also go to makeandclean2.com, and one of the tabs will have the real estate agent. That's also my pricing that I would use for them. So hope this is helpful. Create flow, monetize, add friction, labor times 17.92%, or you can just factor in 20 to be safe, times that by 2, and then times that by the amount of hours you think it would take per service, and figure that out per month. I also have a calculator I can help send you. If you subscribe and comment, I'll reach out. Then you got to decide the direction you want the business. Are you just trying to fill your schedule, or are you trying to grow it to fill employee schedules to then just be a trainer? Then business guideline, 50, 30, 20, 50% labor, 30% everything else, 20% profit. And lastly, property management and realtors are going to want a flat price for clean, and they're going to want it cheap. So if you're willing to clean for the lower end, those are your target clients. If you found this useful, please click like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.